Hello, everyone. Just wanted to share something kind of exciting here that I've had for, I don't know, maybe about 3 weeks now, give or take. And as you can see, it is the Blu ray release of Christ Cathedral Hazel's story. This is the documentary, the 50 something odd minute documentary that was shown at Hazel's dedication way back at the end of September. And this documentary was shown before the concert, so it was one of those things where you had to get a special ticket to attend. And to my knowledge, the documentary has not been released outside of this format. Although I have been told and have read through various sources that it will be released digitally and on other platforms at some point this year. But this sort of came out of left field. I didn't know it was going to be released this soon, and since I live a mere half an hour, 45 minutes from Christ Cathedral, I was able to zip on down there and pick this thing up. And after holding on to it for a few days, I actually plopped it out and put it in and watched it, and it was pretty good. A very well done documentary. And I would have liked for it to have been longer, I will say that. And in the process, I saw myself. That is, I saw myself in one of the pictures that was shown in the documentary. So I guess it's nice to be immortal that way. But yeah, just really quick, I wanted to share this with you and just kind of show you what you would be getting if you bought this. It comes in a standard Blu-ray case. That is the blue case that comes with all Blu-rays these days, and you have a gorgeous image of the console, the chancel console there on the cover there. So the back side kind of briefly tells you what's inside of it, the documentary being the most important, of course. And just to kind of read through it, it contains Hazel is Back, Restoring an Icon, a full-length documentary about the Hazelride organ, a live Q&A recording with Hazel stakeholders and restoration team, highlight reels from Year of Hazel, including the dedication concert with Hector Oliveira, and private performances for the AGO, etc., etc. Now, having quickly gone through these features, I do want to point out that the Q&A is the same Q&A that people who had access to the special dinner and presentation of this very same documentary, it's on here as well. So, and I will say that the good thing about having this documentary now is that watching it in the Arboretum, the sound quality wasn't that great, and generally with these things, sometimes I like to watch with subtitles. So, although I couldn't really do that this time, it was still nice to hear it clearly, not pumped through a sound system with reverberation and so on. So that's definitely something very good for those of you who care about that kind of thing. I will say that highlight reels from the Year of Hazel, it's mainly things that you can find on YouTube. So if you just get the documentary on its own, I don't know how they intend to release it digitally, but I'm assuming that the features will be limited to just this. But pretty much everything that you can find here, at least as far as the highlight reels from the Year of Hazel, and even the Q&A, can be found on YouTube. And it was I guess I kind of was hoping for a little bit more in that, and not simply a package deal that contained all of the videos that were put on YouTube around the time of the dedication, which include, I think, the news broadcast. There's a trailer for this very documentary on there. There's, I think there's a couple of other things too. I think there's a video of David Ball and Dr. Emma performing Grand Corps Dialogue. among other things. I think so. There's like a few little things on there, which is nice. But most of those things, like I said, can be found on YouTube if you care about that kind of thing. Is this worth getting? Absolutely. This is the first full-length documentary in physical form that I've certainly ever seen outside of the book on Hazel, so it's definitely worth it. It'll set you back about $25, and you can find it on Gothic Records website. It's got the Gothic logo there. And I also want to point out that this is the first DVD/Blu-ray that I've ever seen from Gothic, really. So this is a first, and it looks nice and will look nice on your shelf. The spine looks nice. Hazel's story. The inside of it, just plop it open. Doesn't have a booklet or anything, and you got a nice image of the chancel organ there, and more of the copyright, etc. So it's definitely worth your time, and you can find it again on Gothic Records website. I will put the link in the description, and you can also find it if you happen to be in Southern California. You can drop by Christ Cathedral and go to their gift shop. This is also there and can be found there because that's where I picked mine up. And yeah, if you have any questions about it, please feel free to drop me a line, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have about it. So yeah, folks, go out there and grab it. I hope for anybody from Christ Cathedral who watches this, I hope you do more things like this. As long as you make these Blu-rays, DVDs, CDs, whatever, I will buy them. And I know other people will too. One of the biggest complaints from the prior administration, that is the Crystal Cathedral Ministries, is that the organ was underappreciated, which we know, everybody knows that you guys do, so that's awesome. But one of the things that was brought up a lot back in the day, particularly by organ fans, is that the organ was under-recorded, underused, not really seen in terms of media, physical media, things that people can take home and enjoy outside of going to Orange County. Of course, that's the goal, to go there. But for many people, Hazel is known through playing through their sound system and playing through their speakers and their headphones. So I hope you guys continue to make them. And as long as you make them, I will buy them and play them over and over and over and over. This is something that's definitely worth it, and I hope each and every one of you consider going out there and grabbing this thing. Okay, guys, I'll leave it at that, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye-bye.